Okay, good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 1st of June, and I'm going to go through the three little pigs and the no indicators trading strategy this morning. Just for a change, just to mix it up, we'll go through no indicators trading first. So the only change from last week is that the long trade that we were in on GBP USD, our stop loss was taken out at this level. So we made a small loss here, probably, I think it was about 40% of our initial risk. So small loss recorded there. Short entry taken, and we've got a stop loss up here at present. Those of you that missed this entry, you can get in slightly worse price than the original entry, or you can wait for a pullback, which may or may not happen. But basically it's around the same price. So if you missed this trade, you can get in on the short side here with a stop loss here. And of course, if you're trading the strategy as per the ebook, then you'll have a long market order in here with the stop loss down here at the moment. Just mention the no indicators trading strategy is actually an ebook available over here on the website under Forex ebooks, and no indicators trend trading strategy ebook here. Onto Euro USD. As I said in my report at the weekend, no change here. We were short the week before last. Original stop here. We broke this low, so we reduced our risk to basically nothing here now. And what I'd like to see, just in terms of this trade, is just to see this low broken now and then move the stop down to be in the money. Euro JPY, great trade here. Basically, we got stopped out of our long trade before for a small profit. Not very much at all, actually, about 20% of our initial risk there, so not a lot, but profit's a profit. We took this short trade, and straight away, about sort of 30 pips later, the market reversed and it's gone back up to potentially test and break this high where our stop loss is. So long market order in place here, stop loss down here. Those not in this short trade can obviously get in here with a much reduced risk to the original entry, or you can just have your long market order in and a stop down here. So over to Three Little Pigs, and while that loads, I'll just point it out on the website. Three Little Pigs is a free ebook that's available over here on the website, and the indicator I will use today is the swing trading indicator for MT4 and the Three Little Pigs. Just makes your life a little bit easier. Certainly makes my life a little bit easier, as we will see. So let's start off with Aussie dollar. You can see here we got this is actually a valid signal here according to our rules, but our time frames weren't lined up. The daily hadn't caught up, so this is the candle where all of our trends lined up. So we took the short trade here, and if you're using the trailing stop I teach on the one-on-one, then you've got an in the money stop down here. Those of you trading fixed targets or some other criteria for your exit, you may or may not have taken profits already. Just depends on what exit strategy you're using. So nice short trade from here down to here on Aussie dollar. Euro GBP, we were in a short trade here. We didn't make much money here, just about 2 or 3 times the initial risk. So profits taken here, and we are waiting for a new signal to the downside. Unlikely that we'll get a signal to the upside here because the weekly is so extended from the moving average at the moment. Certainly not this week. So we'll be looking for short trades only on Euro GBP. Euro JPY, it's a similar pattern to Euro GBP. Euro GBP, sorry. So we did have a losing trade in here, and actually 2 or 3 losing trades. So we're still waiting for this to see the downside confirmation again. The weekly is quite close to the moving average here, so and the daily is above, so we can expect trades either way here. It's actually potential, if it follows the USD JPY, that we see a long signal here. So eyes out there for a trade in either direction. Euro USD, we've got the weekly trend down and the daily trend down. We made a little bit of money here. This was the last entry and we got stopped out. I think it was this candle here we got stopped out. So a little profit there, and we're just waiting now for confirmation on the downside on the 4 hour and see if this euro is going to push down to that parity level, which many are shouting about. Cable entry last week. Obviously, this is a valid entry if all time frames were lined up, but as we can see, they weren't. So on this candle here, the daily, weekly, and the 4 hour lined up. So we're in a short trade here. Our stop's in the money as per the 1-on-1 trailing stop. So just a risk-free trade here, and we just wait and see what happens. USD CAD, a really nice trade here. This is from, I think it was the end of the week before last. So entry here somewhere around about the 12145 area. So something like 350 pips or something, 300 pips or so here. So some nice profits here, and we just continue to run them and trail this stop until we get taken out, and then hopefully get a new re-entry if the up leg continues. USD Swiss. This is the 4 hours down here. So we've made a little bit of money here over the past week, but not a lot, nothing really to shout about, just slight profit on this trade. And got stopped out, I think, on this candle here. And now we're just waiting again for this upside confirmation. And if we do, we'll obviously take the signal. USD JPY. This has been the best trade of the last couple of weeks. Really, really nice tight entry here because the close was just a few pips above the moving average. So about a 16 pip stop here. At Friday's close, we were up about 28 times our initial risk, and using the trailing stop, we're now up about 21, 22 times our initial risk. So this just shows that, you know, the patience is needed. We had a pretty horrible April and May. It wasn't very kind to us at all, the markets. We didn't get any great trends, but this just goes to show that one trade, that's, you know, probably the worst case here is going to be 25 times our initial risk. So 25 times our initial risk, that's 25 losers covered. So just this one trade at the end of May can make up for those losers that we had in April and May. Just quickly onto gold. This is in a downtrend. There was a valid signal here for those of you that trade gold. The indicator doesn't work particularly well on the gold chart for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's to do with how the pips are calculated, but this is a signal here, and you can see here visually all the downtrends confirmed. So it wouldn't have been stopped out here using the trailing stop I use. So I don't trade gold very often. I'm not in this trade. So if this continues down, the entries here, you've already got a pretty much almost break-even stop, and just hope for a bit more downside. And on that note, thank you for listening, watching. If you subscribe on YouTube to our channel, you won't miss any of these. If you visit the website, look at the live events, you can sign up through Google+. So lots of ways just to make sure that you don't miss these. Hope you enjoyed it, and all the very best to all of you.